Welcome back to the Hellcat rebuild. Today I'm going to finish removing the rest of the frame components I didn't do in the last episode. Bring in the 16 Scat Pack, strip that thing down and get it ready for measurements. Once that is done, I should have the new frame components so I can start lining everything up. If you're not subscribed to my channel, smash that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, comment below, and also if you're not following me on Instagram, make sure you go over there, follow me, and post a lot of stuff before I post it on YouTube. And let's get to work on this thing. I mean, it's coming together and I can't wait to see it on the ground rolling. Remove the seam sealer and you can see the firewall lip right there. This is all one piece. I'm gonna drill the spot welds out of there and you can see that piece of metal right there behind it. That is this inner structure for the frame rail, and that's what I'm trying to get out. And shouldn't be too difficult. All I need to do is drill these spot welds out all the way down. About a process. I finally got that passenger side rail out. I think I've been working on this thing for like 2 hours, but the drilling was very straightforward, just like the outside, just did it on the inside, and it pretty much just slips in between those two pieces. And the reason I think it was so hard to get out was because all these, you know, all these spot welds that I cut have little ridges and all kinds of stuff. So it pretty much just fits in there, and it just kind of, you know, gets spot welded back in. So the new one will be, I'm pretty sure the new one will be a lot easier to place in there because it won't have any of those spot welds on it, and it should just slide straight in. The driver's side inner frame rail is finally out. I'm really contemplating using the other car and just drilling out all the spot welds from the firewall. So I just literally have to drill these spot welds for this rail on both sides, and the spot welds right there, the couple spot welds that were on the inside of this, and also the ones on the outside. That's a lot less spot welds to remove. Working on the Hellcat for a little bit. Really haven't been showing you guys all the spot weld drilling. It kind of gets boring after a while. So I almost have both frame rails off, but the drill bits I have gotten from Fastenal, I use them on the truck and then I use them on this. And I'm gonna see, they're supposed to have a lifetime warranty. I'm gonna see if they could replace them because they're dull. So I had to go to Fastenal to get some replacement drill bits, but the good thing is after I got back, I was able to finish removing the driver's side frame rail. Some people might be like, wow, there's no frame rails on the car, but this is really nice because this gives me a really good start to build off of, because I know the firewall wasn't damaged in the accident. Anything from the firewall back wasn't damaged. So this is a really good starting point. Just remove the passenger side frame rail from the car. I literally think I almost killed myself. So I was pretty much drilled out all the spot welds and it was kind of reluctant to pop off. And what I was doing was I was leaning on it, and literally there's all these sharp edges, and I fell on it, but luckily it didn't like cut me or anything, which is is a plus because there's a lot of sharp edges and those things slice like butter. But yeah, the Hellcat is all the way to the firewall, ready for, you know, this is completely disassembled. This is as far as it's going to ever be disassembled. Now it's from here on, it's putting it back together. But before I do that, I need to pretty much swap spots. I'm going to put the Hellcat in here, and I'm going to put the Scat Pack in there, strip this car. I'm going to lower this down. There is a jack back there. The car is very light, so I put it back there just so it wouldn't tip. I'm pretty sure that's all that's kind of holding it on the lift right now. Just finished cleaning up the shop and organizing it a little bit. I had a bunch of random sheet metal that I pulled off the car, the other car, the Hellcat, and I got rid of that. I also put some stuff on a shelf and kind of cleaned up this area and swept up all the floor dry. Now it's time to pull the Scat Pack in and commence the strip on it. Pretty sure the rear brake line on this thing just rubbed through. It left like a nice little puddle out here. So good thing that I wasn't gonna fix it. Look at that puddle. Got the Scat Pack on the lift and I was looking at it. It looks like the car's been bottomed out quite a few times. So the lip had, you know, all these rough edges right here. And I pulled the under tray and looks like the cradle is kind of damaged right here and right there. It really doesn't affect how the engine would sit in there or how the car aligns. Everything should be fine. It just looks like they hit maybe a parking block or something once or twice. But since I'm putting all these new parts, I'll just order a new one. I had somebody that watched my video said that their company makes those, and you know, it'd be cool to get one. I mean, they're only like $200 or something from Dodge, but it would be cool. And I'm going to replace it anyways. So I'm going to start stripping this car. Everything else looks pretty good. I think the brake line back here is actually leaking. The sway bar or the link or whatever was rubbing on the inside of the wheel. Really didn't mess it up too bad. And the upper arm up there looks like it broke off. So I'm not exactly sure how that happened without the wheel having any real damage on it. It has a few nicks and stuff, but usually with damage like that, you would think that the whole wheel would be destroyed or cracked or something crazy. So I'm not exactly sure how that happened. And the shock is broken off up there, and it's hit right here. So I'm not sure. And the exhaust isn't damaged. I don't know how that arm up there could have broken off. with none of this other stuff around it being broken. I thought the subframe up here was bent. That's why this wheel was turned in, but the subframe looks fine. The diff looks fine. I mean, I don't know what could have hit that up there without destroying any of this other stuff. You know, the quarter panel on both sides, the quarter panels on both sides are damaged. Looks like something, you know, kind of came right there. Maybe they hit something that was really thin, because it has like this thing sheared off right here. Maybe they hit like a bar or something, like 1 out of a million hit that and like literally just like stabbed that upper arm up there. I have no clue what happened to this thing. But another thing. So one of the people that watch my videos, it's a really bad video. I'm gonna throw it in right now, but they have a video on their YouTube channel of the Hellcat. Actually, some lady was driving in and wrecked it. So it's a really grainy, like bad video, but it is the car. And it's crazy. The internet, you can literally throw something out there, and somebody will find it. It doesn't matter what it is, but yeah, awesome man. I'll put his channel right here, and you guys can check it out. So the second time, getting a little quicker at dropping these engines out of Challengers, and I think it only took me, I was working pretty slow. I think it took like an hour to get it out. After I pulled the bumper and everything, and the fenders and the hood, but really I didn't need to do that. So it kind of took me like an hour to get the thing out. They're really simple to remove. You just pretty much disconnect the lines, and there's a few wires in the fuel lines, and they pretty much are really compact and drop directly out. You just kind of watch, make sure nothing's getting caught. The Scat Pack is pretty much ready, but I need to still pull the fuse box, ABS pump lines, all the stuff out of the engine bay, as well as the brake booster and the master cylinder, get this thing ready to make a jig. Also, I need to pull the insulation off the firewall, as well as the dash and the HVAC.
Snow, red sky, reach up for so high, blue eyes, fake cry, beware of the fox tonight. Cold feet, a dark rain, my blood in your frozen veins, dream high, no pain, run fast in the broken chains.
Really haven't been filming too much of the interior teardown since I did it on the 18 Hellcat. It's pretty much the exact same method to get it all apart, just this time I'm going a little bit faster just because I know where things are at now, and I've learned to pull the steering column before you pull this out, and it's just going a lot easier than it did the first time because I was kind of learning the first time. And the first time I pulled all these little screws out of the dash. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is pull the whole thing, because I thought the whole cap would just come off and I could leave all the skeleton in there. But come to find out, you have to pull the whole assembly. Then it has like these weird little LED lights on. I think they're LED lights. There's two of them. So I'm not exactly sure what those were meant for. But I mean, I guess I could look that part number up. I really don't care. I was just, you know, kind of, I thought it was gonna be like some kind of weird security thing. Maybe that's what it is, but I don't know what security would have to do with lights. So I pretty much could just chop that off and just re-splice that wire back together. So just got the dash out. One of the guys helped me lift it out. It was a lot easier to handle just because the pad was bolted to the skeleton, and got it out really simple with two people. And I put it in the other bay. So I have the dash over here for safekeeping. The pad is gonna get swapped onto my skeleton just because all the electronics are probably different. And this one has a weird odor. It looks like they smoked in the car. So I don't want my new 18 that smells brand new inside to smell like somebody smoked in it. So I will just swap the pad, clean it, should eliminate all that odor, and go from there. That is the end of this episode of the Hellcat rebuild. I was able to get the Scat Pack all the way stripped down, and the engine and tranny are kind of stuffed over here. Not really stuffed, I kind of cleanly, neatly put everything right here for a future project. I'm not exactly sure where it's gonna be yet, so it's just sitting there. I'm going to decide on that later. So if you do enjoy these videos, make sure to click that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up also if you liked it. Comment below. If you're not following me on Instagram, make sure to go over there. I post a lot of stuff of the videos beforehand, before I put the video up. So if you're not following me on Instagram, you're missing out. Also, if you want to get some pop sockets, I do have some custom pop sockets I made, and they're actually pretty cool. So nennoperformance.com, make sure to check it out. And until the next video, see you guys next time.